Hi viewers, we're here in the greenhouse and branching out. So you can see right here, we're looking at almost 25 degrees in the greenhouse because it's so sunny out today. It's just such a nice day. It's a little windy. It's -1 outside. It's supposed to feel like -10. But what we're gonna do is continue on from last week and build up some air prune beds, air prune boxes. So we're just in here to get some materials, but I just wanted to show you what's going on in the greenhouse real quick. So let's get up to the house, into the garage there, and we'll start building these boxes. All right, so we're back in the garage. We're gonna use some Arduc galvanized nails. I think these are 3.5 or something like that. Some of this wood is almost 2 inches because it's an older style or rough cut. And some of it is pressure treated or old pressure treated. So I just used a lot of scraps that I found, because you remember, use what you can, definitely recycle, and make do with what you got, because not everybody can go out and afford brand new stuff just to make a few dirt boxes is what they're going to be. So what you're also going to need is, again, I had to get some more of this hardware cloth. I call it rabbit wire because rabbits can't chew through it. And it's got the small squares. So these are the 1/2-inch squares, or excuse me, these are the 1/4-inch squares, excuse me. And we have some of this, basically just garden fabric that you would use for weeds control. So we're gonna use that to line the bottoms. So obviously the dirt doesn't fall out all the way through the, all of the holes in the mesh here. So we're gonna make 2x1 boxes. That means I'm gonna make my ends able to remove, so that I can remove it and get underneath the bare roots, so that I can pull them up easier and probably make my job a little bit easier. So we're definitely going to screw one end in, and we're going to nail the rest, and we're going to use a mix of screws, nails, and staples. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some legs, just some 2x4 legs on the bottom, just to keep it keep that aeration, or keep it above the ground so that there's free flowing air underneath, right? So that's what we're going to use those for. And we're also going to use them to help keep the mesh on the bottom, so I don't want to have to use as many staples. So let's get started. You're going to need your drill, your impact drill, or your drill, or whatever you use for number 2 pressure treated, excuse me, no, these would be deck screws, not pressure treated screws, deck screws, which are longer lasting. And we're just going to make do. We have a few things in the garage that we keep for all our spare screws and nuts and bolts and whatever it is that we grab here and there when we're putting stuff in, taking stuff out, and it's not new anymore. So we just put them in a little container, or 2 or 3 or 4. I'm sure anybody who has a garage can relate. So I'd love to hear that in the comments if you also do that. So let's get started. It's not going to get done itself. So let's get going. Alright, I've cut up some of this mesh, and I've just used a couple of staples to hold it down. We grab some of that material, which doesn't matter if it overhangs or nothing like that. We're just going to overhang it. We don't care. It's not about aesthetics. We're not building a home. It doesn't have to be square. But what we do have is, we're going to put this here, here, and here. And that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to get some nails in here. I think just one ought to do it. 1 per. So we're just going to find that sweet spot there and kind of look for it. There it is. You're down. Again, I'm really tempted to just leave the middle one out and just staple it, because it's not very big, but this alone will hold it. So I might find something smaller, but I think that'll do. I think just 2 of them will be fine. I wish I didn't cut up some of that other ones, but yeah, 2 should be fine. We'll finish the rest up with staples all the way along. I do have to get more, but that's fine. Nothing has to be completed today. All right, there's one. Get the other one on here now. So we got our cloth under there. Now, when this cloth wears out, I'm just gonna, if I have to, on another time once I'm emptying it, I'll just put another layer on the inside. But since we already had it apart, I figured it'd be easier just to do it this way. For now, it's only gonna last 1 season, and then after that, we'll decide how we're gonna handle this or how we're gonna take care of it. So we do have our staples. I use 9/16 staples. Gotta get right on that, right over top of that. There we go. Just like so. There we go. Piece of cake. Like that. Just be careful all the sharp edges, right, from cutting all the wire. But now we have 1 out of 4. We're going to do 4 of them. And it's all ready to go. So as you can see, it'll be in there. Hold up some of that dirt in there, the soil. And like I said, if this doesn't work out too good on this next year, no matter what, I'll end up lining on the inside. So that's 1. So the first 2, I had that covering on the outside and I wasn't quite thinking. So the next ones, I put the cloth down first, then I put the mesh on. So that's what these ones are. So now I have the mesh on the in, or the weed barrier on the inside, which is what I should have done on the other ones. But that's okay. It's all right. Live and learn. Live and learn. You got to learn from your mistakes. Okay, so all right, thanks for checking out my video this week. These are the boxes, real easy peasy to make. Anybody can do it. Obviously, I realized I made a mistake on the first 2, and then realized I could put the weed barrier on the inside. So the last 2 are like that. If those give me trouble next year, I can always just put something on the inside. No big deal. This is all rough wood. It's not perfectly square. You got to watch out for your fingers, because you know, you don't want to poke yourself with some of this stuff. Some of that wire mesh when cutting. Just be careful. Use your gloves or whatever so you don't get poked. And that's about it for this week. So I hope you all stay warm. It should be getting a lot nicer now. It's going to start getting longer days, and we'll get these out into the shelter next week. And then I still have to build a door for it, but I'm not too worried about that. I'll throw that in the mix of a different video. But next week, I got a good video coming, hopefully, because in Hamilton, they have a big seed exchange slash market for growers and gardeners at the Hamilton Library, downtown Hamilton. So if you're in that neighborhood, I hope I see you there. Don't just come by and say hello if you've seen me before. And if not, stay tuned for my next video. And we'll see what we got, who's out there, who's at the vendors, and who was all there. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. So again, that's it. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week, okay?